Hi folks, Nick Colantuno, Certified Financial Planner here with Johnson Brunetti up in our Boston, Massachusetts offices, and welcome back to our Money Wisdom question series. We've got an awesome question today. It's very relevant to the conversations that we're having with our clients, folks like you, day in and day out. And it's, Nick, what are 5 signs that I know I'm ready or not to retire? Well, let's unpack that, because obviously there's a lot that goes into this. The first thing I'm encouraging our clients to do, the first thing I'm encouraging folks that we're meeting with to do, you need to know your numbers. Not just knowing what's coming in each month, whether it's Social Security or pensions or interest or dividends off of brokerage accounts or, income stream from investments that you have. Obviously, you need to know what's coming in. More importantly, folks, you need to know what's going out. You need to know how much your life costs you to live each and every month, keeping in mind that the world we live in is getting more and more and more expensive every single day. So know your numbers, know what's coming in, know what's going out, and know that you have a plan to make up that difference. Know that you can afford your life in a world where there's no longer that paycheck coming in each and every month. So again, if you don't know that, you need to have a plan for it. The second thing I want you to think about is work fulfilling you? Obviously, we enter careers, we do what we do because we love doing it. There's a passion. We like, in my case, I love helping people, right? But if your work is no longer feeling fulfilling day in and day out, maybe that's a good sign that you're ready for something else, or maybe that you're ready to retire altogether. If it excites you anymore, and if it doesn't, well, maybe that's time to turn the page. Think about what's next. Are you feeling mentally drained, physically drained when you come home from work? Are you no longer tied to that sense of identity that you had for being in your career over the course of many, many years? So again, these are all things that you need to know and that you need to feel, especially if that work that you're doing day in and day out is no longer fulfilling you. Could be a good sign that you're ready for something else. The third thing I want you to think about, you need to think and you need to know how you're going to be spending your time in retirement. When you're not going to work, or when you're not sitting in traffic like we do up here in Boston, or when you're not just working your day-to-day schedule, as you were in your career, you might find you've got a lot of time on your hands, right? So you need to have plans in place. You need to know that, okay, if you're going to be traveling, or if you're going to be pursuing hobbies, or if you're going to be volunteering, or, taking roles in your community, or if you're going to be spending time with family or doing projects, right? You need to know that you've got the time and that those things often take resources. So again, know how you're going to spend your time in retirement. The fourth thing I want you to think about, are you emotionally ready to retire? Does thinking about retirement make you feel confident? Or does thinking about retirement make you feel anxious? Right? There's a big difference between those two mindsets. So again, if you're on one side of that fence versus the other, well, you need to ask yourself, if thinking about retirement is just making me anxious, well, maybe you're not ready for retirement. On the other hand, if thinking about retirement makes you feel confident and you're counting down the minutes, counting down the days, well, hey, maybe that's a good sign that you're ready for this next phase of life. So again, ask yourself these difficult questions. The fifth thing that I want you to think about is just making sure that you, your loved ones, your family, your kids, your spouse, whoever it is that you're spending time with, like I said, in retirement, you're going to have a lot of time. So you need to make sure that you're all on the same page when it comes to this. And that's just making decisions around planning, making decisions around certain obligations or commitments, or setting expectations around, how often you're going to be traveling, or how often you're going to be visiting the grandkids, or how often you're going to be, doing these hobbies or things that you love. So again, retirement is a very, very exciting time, especially for a lot of the folks that we're helping navigate that transition. So again, if you don't feel like you have a plan, and if you don't feel like you have the confidence that you need to address retirement, head on, come on in. Let's have a conversation. This is what we do. So folks, I hope you found this video helpful. Feel free to share it with a friend if you did. Also, don't hesitate to like our page, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our awesome content in the future. So again, I'm Nick Colantuno, Certified Financial Planner here with Johnson Brunetti, and thank you as always for joining us on our Money Wisdom Question Series.